Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 20, Episode 1 of A Song of Ice and Fire tabletop miniature game. We are playing Tywin Lannister versus Stanis Baratheon. Happy Thanksgiving holiday, everyone. We've got this epic battle between Lannister and Baratheon on the board. I just recently painted the Tywin Lannister miniature, so I'm excited to get this battle on the board. Is a long time coming. We got Lannister Guardsmen, House Clegane Brigands, and Lannisport Gold Cloaks on the board for the House Lannister. And then we've got the Stag Knights. We've got the Baratheon Wardens and Champions of the Stag on the board for House Baratheon. We're also playing with Cersei Lannister and Tyrion Lannister, as well as Alistair Florent and Shira Errol. So we're going to do a quick fast forward over the setup of the board. We'll do some initial setup, and then we will jump into round one gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, just wrapping up the setup, Baratheon versus Lannister. We've got our Clegane Brigands, mounted Clegane Brigands. We've also got Tywin Lannister leading his Lannister Guardsmen. Here's our recently painted Tywin Lannister. And our Lannister Guardsmen. And then finally we've got our Gold Cloaks. I think it's one of the best painted sets I've done. I don't know what you guys think, but this comes later in my painting journey. And now let's go over to our Baratheon Wardens, led by Stanis, and our Champions of the Stag, mounted to be pitted against the Clegane Brigands. And then finally, our Stag Knights, definitely a favorite of the Baratheon army. So we'll have a quick word from our sponsor, and then we will jump into gameplay. Thanks for watching. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore link down in the description where you can check out the Catu journals out of Lovecraft's Providence, Genealogy of Cthulhu, Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, and the Hermeticism of Hastur. We've also got the Killingworth Bogman saga and our Locksmen of Quanta saga, starting with Dead Sons 11. Our Esoteric Saturn Mysteries and Esoteric Dragon Mysteries are taken from our podcast series. And we've also got our newest offerings, Saturnalis Thralmorin, the Cypria, the Lost Text, and the Dirges of the Alabaster Kings. Finally, our Lovecraftian Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands, 3 volumes, each taking place in one of Lovecraft's cities: Aim Aimless in Cellophase, Hope's Home in Dalathleen, Stubborn Devotions in the Temple of Thrawn. Let's jump into gameplay. Wrapping up our setup, we've got our tokens here on the board. We've got our guidebooks here. You can see we've got the Baratheon guidebook. I kind of like how they did these original versions of the guidebook. This is version 1.4. This one is version 1.0, but you can see the troops right in there. Now I think they do them as special pages. Let's go ahead. I've shuffled up the Baratheon tactics cards. We'll just go ahead and draw 3 tactics cards for Baratheon. Obviously our leader is Stanis for the Baratheon, and our leader for Lannister is Tywin. Tywin Lannister versus Stanis. And we've got miniature painting for all of these. We just did the Tywin Lannister one recently, so if you're a recent joiner to the channel, we've got 20 seasons of A Song of Ice and Fire battles out there. Let's go ahead and jump right into round one gameplay. We'll start out with our Champions of the Stag. We're going to activate token here for them, and they're going to go ahead and do a they've got the movement of 4, but if they do a maneuver, they can pivot, move, and pivot. So what I'll do is I'll have them do a march and a pivot, which will be 8. So they can move up to 8 here. We'll have them move this way, like that. I want them to go over and head toward the Clegane Brigands. And just to kind of mirror that, let's have the Clegane Brigands also go. Similarly, our Clegane Brigands, they have 6. So we can go ahead and give them their 6. And let's also have them pivot this way. They'll be coming across like that. I kind of want to end up with Tywin against Stanis. So let's go ahead and have Stanis moving upward, forward. Maybe I can just delay deploying the Stag Knights and the Gold Cloaks. They're going to face off together. So we've got our Baratheon Wardens under Stanis. They've got 4. Let's have them do a march, which will be 8 as well. So they can do 8 here. And we'll also have them pivot like this. So in the next round, these guys can move over 1. We'll also grab an activation token. Our Baratheon Wardens, it says, while House Baratheon may be divided in its loyalties, they still draw from the same battlefield doctrine and training that has served the United House in the time before the War of Kings. Baratheon Wardens are heavily armed in full plate, wielding heavy shields and signature Baratheon warhammers. Steadfast and sturdy, Wardens can be depended on both vanguard and center, though speed is not among their strengths. Well, they seem to have quite a bit of speed here from what I've seen. But we do have a Bannerman and a number of Wardens here. They're pretty cool. We've also done a miniature makeover of the Baratheon Wardens. Let's go over now to activate token for our Lannister and the Lannister Guardsmen. So our Lannister Guardsmen, they also have 4. Let's give them a maneuver so they can pivot. Let them maneuver. Let's use this right one. 4. And they can pivot again like this. So we'll have these 2 come here, and we'll have this one come across. So I think what I'll do for our Stag Knights, we'll also give them a maneuver. Stag Knights up next. Let's go ahead and have our Stag Knights do a full pivot like this. And let's have them do a full march. The Stag Knights have got 5, so that'll give them 10. So they can walk across a full 10 like this. And we'll have them do a full pivot here so they can take this lane. And then I think as a result, we'll just activate, finally, our City Watch, our Lannister Gold Cloaks. Gold Cloaks have a movement of 5. Let's give them a pivot. We'll have them move their 5 here. And they can have a final pivot like this. So I think that's going to help. And we'll give them their activate token. And I think that's going to do it for the round. So my idea here is, oh yeah, why don't we take a look at Lannister's tactics cards. So we've got a Tywin Lannister tactics card called Issues Commands. When your commander's unit activate, this unit cannot perform actions this turn. Instead, one target friendly unit in long range perform one attack or charge attack, or the start of any turn, target one friendly combat unit and remove one order from it. We have Fealty to the Crown, and we have Intrigue and Subterfuge. So those are just the tactics cards we have to work with. Also for our Baratheons, we have 2 Stanis cards. We've got Stanis Oath of Duty. When a friendly unit is destroyed, attach this card to the friendly unit. If this is Stanis Baratheon's unit, their attack is +2 attack. And then we also have the Will of the One True King, the OTK, Stanis Baratheon. When you claim the King Zone of the tactics board, replace the zone's affect. Okay, and then finally, Countercharge is our other aspect. Okay, so we've got those tactics cards. We've got our troops ready for round 1. Let me get the token here for the round. Here it is. Got the little hourglass token. And that's going to wrap it up for round number 1. Guys, we will see you in round number 2. We'll do a quick flyover of the board, and we'll talk to you in the next round. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.